Hello everyone, and welcome to another exciting race of the SGLIVE 2023 Super Metroid Randomizer tournament. Today we have a race between a real cutie and farfelu. I'm Zeb316, I am your commentator, and I'm joined by some random person named Nevdi over there. What's up, Nevdi?
What's up? I've been rehired after my last firing. I hope that, this time I can
We've got you on
around.
a very short leash here, so you better not mess up.
I got to be really careful with what I say. I'm going to start saying that this is going to be a really good match. I'm very hyped for it. I've woken up early just to watch it. This is a weekend for me, and I'm using my morning to watch this match. I think it's going to be a big one. Really close between these two. We've got the old blood farfelu, a really good randomizer resume.
Can you say that Cutie isn't old blood too? Cutie's been in the randomizer tournament since I think season 1. So
he did not know what he was doing, to be fair.
He did not.
He was running around, not sure of any numbers, stats, what he should be doing. And I will, jokes aside, he has stepped up.
Yeah, I honestly think that I think the Cutie's the favorite in this matchup. I think the Cutie's been putting in a ton of work the last couple of months.
And I think that you would say farfelu would have been the favorite before these last couple of months.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Farfelu is still scary though. Farfelu tends to play these pretty aggressively, and that can be kind of scary to play against. As someone personally, I like to be a little more thorough in these seeds. So playing against someone a little more aggressive, if it works out for them, it's really scary. So
yeah, I agree. I think that farfelu has this ability to fix the seed and solve it with the aggressive players. I think that the team Will Cut Breast this year had a really a run to a semi-final performance, and the three of them work off each other and play a similar game style, that being MM2, farfelu, and Breast. Just calculated aggression, I would call it.
Ooh, we've got early power bombs. Let's see if the Cutie play here to come down first will matter. If we get double power bombs, it could.
Farfelu going the correct way?
No, only nerds go this way.
So what Zev's saying, the double power bomb is a play for Billy Mays to get a super before you head to what do you call it, meme route. Cutie having some early shambles at the moment.
Yeah, this is shambles.
I think that this gets really hard at this point. I think that you might have to reset the room, but Cutie being a bit stubborn here and gets it.
Got it. First try.
It's something I've commented about before. I mentioned it in my own races. The nerves to start with. I'm not saying that Cutie has nerves or anything potentially, but getting that D-boost in a race when you're starting at a best of 3 series is a big moment, and not getting it beforehand, it really sets the start of the seed, at least for me anyway. Same with this mock ball that farfelu is doing now, really nicely done to get to our first portal of the game. Those two moments.
Ooh, this is interesting. So let's see if farfelu knows not to save, or at least to check the minor first. Because I think that's saving.
Cutie might be relieved to see that this is Kraid because he doesn't have to make a decision to come back here.
And farfelu checking or saving. I think that this is advantage Cutie. Because I think farfelu is going to reset back to this if this is a bad boss. And if it's not a bad boss, then Cutie's just going to save the time of not having saved.
Yeah. Okay, it's missiles, which
you want to pick up those missiles.
To get those.
Yeah,
those missiles.
If this is Fanchun,
so
then those missiles are just like absurdly important, because the fight with 1 E-tank on 5 missiles versus 10 missiles is very, very different. And I love Cutie using supers here on all of these. Heads up to make sure not to waste any missiles. And it's Ridley, so...
Jeez.
Yep, I think this is advantage Cutie. I think that,
Straight away reset. Okay, yeah, nice. So we've talked about this.
It so does that missile depend on how fast can farfelu get a power bomb drop.
Oh god. You hate to see a quick power bomb drop because that's sort of like RNG advantage here, but you hate to see a slow one just because you feel bad. So I kind of want to see a mid-range power drop here, power bomb. Okay, so he's going to go to the bug farm. God, this is so bad.
Yeah, like, I think that if you get it within, like, I don't know, maybe 15 or so, it probably breaks about even with resetting fully.
What was the item behind? Cutie still has to go behind, right? Because it's a super?
Yep.
Yeah,
That was
he
the
does.
super.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I haven't been counting, but this looks about normal.
I mean, we'll see if it's about normal or if it's bad for farfelu. We don't know yet. They're okay. I'd say that's still slightly good.
Yeah. Oh man, I hate seeds starting like this. I mean, we've talked about these portals. I'd like to ban Kraid from being there, but that's just
I
strictly
mean,
from
if you
a
get double
competitive
power
balance.
bomb, then it's totally fine.
I know,
Kraid
and
too.
that's why you can't potentially do it.
And like,
but...
if you, yeah, I don't know, like, yeah. So farfelu will be getting out first, but farfelu's power bomb situation will also be way worse. That's the other thing about this.
Yeah.
So Cutie will be able to go straight left, where farfelu will have to go back to the ship to refill as well.
Cutie getting that D-boost first try there as well too. I think that being able to reset here could be a good thing for Cutie, just starting the run fresh, and this looks much cleaner run through the second time round. But yeah, like you say, big eyes out now for Cutie's power bomb checks along the way. I think that Old Mother Brain and 230 potentially are going to be big.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see 230, but Old Mother Brain. Oh, and yeah, farfelu doesn't get the Old Mother Brain check too. That's also kind of big. Because Old Mother Brain is a fast minor check.
I am curious about 230 if he's supposed to do it here.
I don't think
after
so. I really
after
don't
the
think
reset.
so.
Yeah, I mean it has to be exactly a power bomb, or a super's still
like,
okay.
Even if it is a power bomb, you're doing like kind of slow gauntlet after doing a kind of slow 230 check. Like your reward isn't necessarily even good. Like it could be good. There could be like speed or charge a gauntlet or something, but it could also just be like a reserve that you don't need, or like a spring ball that you don't need potentially. Okay, E-Tank at Bomb Torizo. And I really think that we're going to see these two runners. I think that farfelu is still going to be a little ahead after the ship refill. Is down a missile. That could matter. That is the worst minor it could have been there for Cutie, though. But yeah, I don't think you're losing that much time. Like, I don't think Cutie's that far behind, rather.
Ooh, I was going to say a disgusting climb from Cutie so far. One slight fall, still quicker than mine. Pretty nice climb there from Cutie. Yeah, and you're right. No check on the.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
It's kind of annoying. You do want more power bombs, but you can't go refill at the ship here for Cutie now. You just got to go in with, 2 into the next area.
Yeah, so Cutie's about 2 rooms behind or so.
It's pretty interesting that missile avoid from farfelu ended up working out. Could have been a disaster if it was Fantoon, but that's a decent bit of the time. Running around, jumping up and getting it, so really close. I think this shows that the reset, the way Cutie did it, is just a lot better. He entered the room way slower than farfelu due to the early deboost shambles, and we're this close, so I think it's a good case for resetting at the ship. It shows it's quite nice here.
Yeah, and like farfelu wasn't guaranteed to get a power bomb drop as fast as he did, so
yeah. So Cutie going over here first, wasting 2 supers in the process. Probably, I think you're meant to get the other criteria portal first.
I disagree, because I think that you do this and then you go down exactly like Cutie is, because you just come straight back up.
Yeah, you're right. This is a thing that people have talked about, this business center, and I still misplay it every time. So I think
I think I would have liked to see Cutie go to ice first here. It's not that big of a deal, but it could matter. depending on what the other portal is and if you need energy, because you're potentially losing some energy here by doing high jump first. It's not like a major thing. It really mostly doesn't matter. But if there's an E-tank here, you are down some energy compared to where you should be.
Yep.
Oh, but there's Varia.
So that works out really,
yeah, that
really
works out.
well. Although it won't matter because a farfelu won't care about having less damage, avoiding that heat
So this
damage.
is kind of awkward for Cutie now, because Cutie wants, you kind of want to go into Upper Norfair. It's one of the densest places remaining for items, but you've got that portal outstanding.
Yeah.
I think that we'll see Cutie go back for the portal.
I think I would go back to the portal here. It's easy to get baited in by Varia, but it's not that good. I think that you should keep this Upper Norfair segmented, regardless of the suit that you have, and just expect to get those link portals later. Isolating that one portal is significantly, or has the chance to be significantly worse than just, running through Upper Norfair and getting the portals there.
Yeah.
You're likely going to find it again, so get you one out of the way and just deal with it. But I'm interested to see what farfelu does, because he is in a similar position too, also missing the other criteria portal.
Also, it's going to be kind of interesting to see when these runners elect to go back down to Kraid to kill Ridley. Now that you have Varia suit, once we get the ammo, you can do it at any time. So figuring out when that route's in the best is going to be kind of important. So it looks like
actually, that's... Yeah, farfelu going for the hell runs. I was going to say, that's an interesting case to also go back to criteria, because if you can work out where Turian is, that's going to influence that meme route decision as well.
Yep.
So, yeah, okay, Cutie going back up, which we expected, and farfelu continuing these hell runs.
I think I definitely prefer going back up. Portals are just, so important in this.
Yeah, I think historically in randomizers, a lot of people are used to items because, we have vanilla map. It's all about the items, the structure. But, why everyone praises area and why it's, more balanced potentially is that you have control over the portals, that you're doing something. So you need to prioritize playing around them. It is the front of East, which is good to know.
Yeah, it's good to know, but it's not going to be followable.
And not probably what you want to see.
Yeah,
it's hard to say.
It's kind of. I wouldn't mind seeing that, to be honest. Because when are you getting back to that otherwise?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And knowing that portal is pretty important. I feel like that's one of the portals that you really want. Nice right side wall jump there from farfelu.
Yeah.
And Cutie decided to go over to the right here. I think I probably would have just gone back into Upper Norfair after that, but I think that this is also reasonable. It's kind of annoying to get the CWJ portal though. Is kind of the reason.
Yep.
That's fair. And you're not really getting items going this way. Where if you're going back into Upper Norfair, then you are getting items and portals. And I think that they're reasonably similar speeds to get to.
The reason I like this from Cutie a bit is to get the structure of meme route Kraid return. I think that knowing how this map finishes here is really good. So I like this.
Just a reserve at speed. So at Criteria Crabs, we have the back of Wreck Ship. Okay, so that's not a followable portal still. Well, it is followable, it's just you don't want to follow that.
Oh god, I think Cutie really wants to see this to be some.
Otherwise, I think that Cutie might have to go back, go through Gauntlet.
Which isn't terrible to get a Gauntlet on the way through, but it could just be dead time for sure. Sorry, I do have construction in the background, so I'm muting myself every now and then. Sorry. It's like a car that comes close every now and then. It's a Cutie. Oh, just a little bit off.
Yeah,
this isn't too
just
bad.
Jumping a little too early, pretty much every time.
I'm enjoying these face games a lot too. It's good reactions.
Okay, that looks good. And there's gravity.
No, that's huge.
Okay, so I think if this goes into Upper Norfair, this is really good for Cutie. Otherwise, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. Well,
we'll see.
The portal structure. Yeah.
So
I mean,
I
Farfelu
really
still
don't.
has to check stuff.
Yeah, there's still a lot left in the seed.
Yeah, but so what we're sort of getting at is that Farfelu is on way less checks now, where Cutie, if he ends up in the wrong spot, could be baited into a lot of stuff, like a full clear green Bryn, which could work out. You could get some items in
Okay,
there, and it's
okay.
up and north
This is
there.
really
Okay.
good for Cutie, actually.
I think this
So
might be the best portal he could have
yeah.
gotten, actually. I think
Mhm.
this is even better than single
So
chamber.
Cutie needs this portal not to go anywhere, too. If this goes to Green Bryn,
Hmm.
that's kind of bad for Cutie because he'll get baited into like leaving. And where did that single chamber portal go?
I don't know. I was just going to ask you that same question. I didn't
Oh, it
see.
was red. It was Red Bryn, right? I think it was somewhere in Red
Yeah.
Bryn.
Was it just the tube?
Yeah, I think it was probably the tube.
Oh god.
Oh.
Oh my
So
god.
Cutie, I think this is good. This is good. Cutie is going to find
Maybe.
this portal and then go
Mhm.
through the tube. See that, and at that point you have to do that upper Norfair.
Because the tube's broken.
And because it's the last chance you have, like, to get into Norfair.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, well, let's see. I think this is a big moment here. I think Cutie needs to realize that this upper Norfed check or consolidation is just, it's too good a time to do it. Oh, yes. Oh
Yep.
my god.
Mhm.
I was so nervous about that turnaround. Really big
Cutie,
moment of
like,
the race.
you
I
just
think
have
this
to
is.
follow that into it. And I think this is actually
Yes.
gonna route better for Cutie than it did
Yeah.
for Farfelu. Even though it looked like Cutie was spending a lot of time, like, just doing nothing, Cutie has a ton more portal knowledge now than Farfelu does.
Oh, I think Cutie's pretty ahead, to be honest. I think that
Yeah.
I'm looking at this. It is going to be
Even with
difficult for Farfelu.
the like Cutie lost like a minute on CWJ, but the portal knowledge is just going to be like enormous.
I can see Farfelu getting the criteria portals, which is going to be good, but he's going to be leaving this left side criteria, which is the front of East Meridia, which is not nothing, but he might not be as in shambles as we think. I think that he's going to get enough knowledge through a couple of these portals. Although I say that, and he's going to lava dive instead of croc portal.
I mean, Lava Dive is going to take him right back where.
Well, he's going to miss croc portal here. He's going to miss criteria by doing it this way.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's going back in.
I don't like this.
Oh wow, that's.
So now you're abandoning one portal at the bottom of Red Tower, that you could have just had right there. Because you found two of the portals now, and you're just missing the one. Like the.
Yeah.
I get the idea. Like you're trying not to abandon the one portal in Upper Norfair, but I think that the one portal in Red Brinstar is even worse.
I think so. Yeah, and then you assume you're following this croc, which you are following this one. So. Yeah, Farfelu with a few little outstanding portals. We're going to see this consolidate pretty soon, and we should see a Cutie lead. But this is a really interesting portal.
So I'm curious if
Oh,
Cutie ends up doing speed.
Oh, this is so bad for Farfelu. I think that. Oh no, you can follow Rekship here. This isn't. Yeah, I'm thinking now that Farfelu's going to have to go all the way across and then just end up in the same boat with an uncompletable East Meridia. But I think that we're going to see him go through Rekship, potentially.
Yeah, and it looks like Cutie is skipping speed, and I like this a lot. You don't really need that much. If Dragon isn't vanilla, you don't need any singular item anymore. Like, you don't need any...
Yes.
Oh,
so when you're
no,
double,
it looks like he is going back into... Okay, yep, back into Red Brinstar. Yep.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
I like this. This is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Cutie's got a really clear path here, where Farfelu's is very wonky at the moment. The portals may work out, but Farfelu has a lot of outstanding stuff here.
So, by going into... I don't really like going into Rekship here. And the reason is you're kind
I don't really think he's got another choice, to be honest. I mean, you are in a...
Oh, man. Maybe... I
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
really
I guess.
hard.
Like, I was thinking this was Red Tower for some reason, and he could just like go up Red Tower. But yeah, he's in criteria.
Yeah. That screw is really nice.
Yeah. If you find the back of Lorne Orfair now, all of a sudden it goes from difficult to easy.
And you can definitely just bail on that front portal entirely. There's like nothing at the front that you want to do. So we're in double suit mode here, which is skip the long checks. You're likely going to be fine and have a way to complete. So the first one we've seen is the speed skip from Cutie, and we're going to see a lot more. I imagine we're going to see no X-ray here either.
So farfelu skipping that power bomb, I think that mostly makes sense. It does mean that we're unlikely. He's not really thinking about the Suicide clip or the. Ooh, and this is interesting. So Green Bryn.
Green Bryn, yeah.
So
how much
Green
do you
Bryn is
do?
really good, actually, because ammo.
Yeah.
You still want a lot of ammo. And his Fantoon here. So
I think
there's
that's
only
okay.
a 50-50 shot now that Dragon isn't vanilla.
It's very likely that Dragon is not vanilla now. I mean, like,
No,
it still can be, but...
No, it's 50-50 that it is or not. Because we know Ridley already at grade.
I thought the odds were reduced because you can't have...
So that only is the case when you see one boss and it's vanilla, and you don't know any other bosses.
Oh yeah, of course we've seen. I forgot we've seen Ridley already. Yeah,
yep.
Of course. I was even going to say, I hope this isn't Ridley in the ship, but of course we've seen him already. Oh man.
Yeah, this is why you're the apprentice and I'm the master. So.
I didn't even have to admit to that either. I could have just kept that info to myself, but I've exposed myself. Back to the Green Bryn that Cutie's doing now.
Yep, getting a couple supers.
This is your ammo chance. So I think that a full clear here is most likely. No, maybe not. Maybe the ammo's not good enough down. We might see an Edikun skip, and we're just going to see Big Pink with a wave skip too.
Yeah, I don't know if you do Edikuns here. I kind of like Cutie skipping this.
Okay.
I think that we'll see Cutie skip Wavegate too.
That's what I think as well. I think we're going to see the ammo, charge beam, and the item there as well. This is pretty well calculated from Cutie. He's only going to be in trouble if bolt wound access is hard required, and it's here, which
and there isn't like a ice or a speed on the way somewhere else. Like it would have to be like in specifically the locations he's skipping to. It's not like. Even if Dragon's vanilla, it's not like Cutie is completely screwed no matter what. Like,
oh wow, and Farfelu checking right side here.
Yeah. So Farfelu
I guess you feel bad about the ship.
So I think that what Farfelu, once now you know that like there's a 50-50 that Dragon's vanilla, and now Farfelu is thinking about checking it more. Where for Cutie, it's still only 1 and 3.
Yeah. I just don't like that right super there ever when you're in soft go mode. But yeah, I get it. You're in ship, you probably don't feel good about coming here. You feel good about it opens and then you're trying to grab an item from it.
I think you have to go back there as Cutie. I think the other portal is better than this one to get first.
I think he just wants to finish off Red Tower, just have it done and then assume he's following the bottom, but I'm not sure that that's good enough, but we'll see. The elevator makes the other play a little bit better here.
Like if you don't want to follow either, then you want to end up here as your last one.
Yeah,
instead
and he does
of ending
definitely.
Up at the.
Yeah. Okay, well, we might see some ammo checks here. I think that.
Okay, and this is a huge portal coming up for Farfelu too.
Yeah. Okay, so bottom of Green Bryn for Cutie. Ammo's looking better for him as well, but Farfelu hasn't found Green Bryn. Farfelu's got a little bit more progress, but this portal still is going to matter a lot. I think it might need to be Croc or something. Not need to be, but I think Croc here would be really good for Farfelu.
Oh, that's pretty decent.
Well, that works out well. I think that you can get to Green Bryn, run it the other way. Oh man, you still have Red Tower out.
I really feel like this will come down to what is at the items that Cutie skipped. Because I think that we see Farfelu check those. Personally.
This is a really. I'm really enjoying these races. I think that early. Oh god, and here's your back of Ellen that you talked about too. I think this is going to be less of a problem when Farfelu runs into it because he will be missing the screw attack, but he will be having the plasma. So it will be more difficult, assuming Farfelu gets to the same point.
Farfelu will like come to this portal before checking Green Bryn. And then do you just do it?
Oh wow, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Oh wow, yeah. Well,
I think that we see Cutie do jail here. I would probably do jail. It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like he's setting up for with the power bomb.
Jail's impossible without springboards there, but I would not do that.
It's only impossible for bad people, so.
Oh wow, big moments for farfelu now. Let's see if he decides to finish his red tower, because I don't think that's... It feels bad, because you've got portals all over the place in red tower, or you just continue in green.
Wow,
I think
Cutie not even checking fire fleas.
I think it's fine.
I think maybe you can like afford to wait until after this boss to decide whether you want to check it. Because if the boss is Dragon, then you can skip it. But if the boss is not Dragon, then you can go check it.
So I'm looking at Cutie's route through here. I think there's a really good chance that he just stumbles on Wreck Ship after this.
Yep, I agree.
And then he's able to go all the way back through and then do Kraid there. I think that is...
Yep,
that's
and
pretty
then you've
nice.
got like...
Oh god.
So we're still missing the top of West Meridia portals.
I actually think he
missing
needs
the
to go
back
to
of
that.
East Meridia.
No, we're
and the
not.
front
We're just missing front of Lower Norfair, which is either Croc or Turian at the front of Lower Norfair now. I'm pretty sure.
Have we seen
I think
the
Cutie...
West Meridia portals?
Cutie hasn't, but we have full knowledge between both players. So we're missing Redfish. Redfish is either Turian or Croc.
Okay.
Yeah, so Cutie doesn't quite know that yet. I wonder if this is really difficult. Like this portal mapping, and farfelu has gone into Lower
And it's
North.
Kraid, so Dragon's vanilla.
Oh wow. Oh my god.
And
Cutie will know that after the ship.
After
Yes, he will know
Fantoon.
that. Oh, this is like what you do not want to see. You don't want to see an early double suit into a 4-spot wound pass. This is really rough. Cutie checking the boss. I think this is good. You have to do these mid checks here. Oh, I think it might come down to the speed of ice potentially, and how much you do and what you and where it is.
And then like beyond that, like if speed and ice is bad, who gets the crystal flash clip first?
Oh god.
Or like who decides to commit to it first, even? Because speed and ice are only 2 items. They're not that likely to show up.
I guess bombs as well solves this too.
Yeah,
for both.
bombs does.
You do a bomb crystal flash loop. I need to see if Cutie's going to make this call to check Redfish. I don't think it matters yet, but you want to do that before
I'm
you
not
head
sure
back
you...
to Lower Norfair.
Do you? Can you just like...
Well, what, you can't just go through the front of Lower Norfair after this. You have to go to Redfish
No,
first.
of course. But
Yes,
I'm saying like, when you're like, why don't you just kill all the bosses?
Yeah, I think
and then
you're
go
right.
to Redfish first.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
if
I
it's
think
Torian, then like, great.
Okay.
If not, then you just go through Lorfer, you know.
Yeah.
Like, there are times when you need to check where Torian is. I don't think this is one of those times, because I think you can route Redfish in on the way to the front of Lorfer anyway.
Yeah, I think you're right. Alright, so a big advantage here for farfelu is he's got less portal knowledge, which doesn't look like it's going to hurt him too much. I mean, Turian is going to be a little bit annoying, but it should just work out, unless it's at the front of Lower Norfair. But his advantage is knowing all 3 bosses. So he has more of an incentive to go through and check more in Green Bryn, and those locations are going to matter a lot if Cutie can't find a bot.
Wavegate and Edegoons.
Yeah, so we are missing 2 there. And they could just be good items that make up time, although I don't see any item making up time aside from Speed Ice Charge.
Like, that's the only one.
I think High
Maybe
Jump
Grapple,
together.
actually.
Yeah, for West Meridia Traversal.
And
That's
for
true.
Dragon, like, when you're ammo killing Dragon in these kinds of seeds, that can really matter. Because you're probably gonna want to like do either Dragon into Ridley or Ridley into Dragon. You're gonna need a lot of ammo if you don't have grapple. So
Yeah, definitely. It's a 20 super fight, so it's not nothing, and you need to conserve supers. Although you would be doing Kraid beforehand. I mean, sorry, Ridley beforehand. But yeah, it's still a long fight using a lot of ammo. Ah, jeez, this is I really like these type of seeds, but I like them a lot more when Dragon is not vanilla. So it
yeah,
gets
this
really
is
interesting here.
difficult.
And this is difficult for us to look at and see too. Oh, cutie, please. Yeah, okay. I think I like these ammo checks now. You're kind of done. There's not a lot left in the game, and you're only at 35 supers. I think
I
that.
think the cutie was planning on skipping this and going straight to alpha power bombs. I don't think that he was
Yeah.
planning on going down red tower there.
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. He's definitely going into west. And a big skill of this mode is also keeping track and working out these portals. And Cutie has shown that he is extremely good at that. So I have no doubt he'll be able to find this route through Wreck Ship. I think it's way less
Nice
unclear
super.
for Farfelu. So Farfelu is going out the back,
Ooh, double
which is
super.
yeah, that's a huge alpha.
I mean,
PB,
I think for Farfelu, I think no matter what, you're going out the back here. I think that's just, and like, even if you knew the front of Lord Warfare Historian, I still don't actually hate trying to like kill the boss, because if that's Dragon,
yes.
oh, and QD is going down.
Oh wait, what? Oh no, Cutie. Oh wait, are we missing something here?
Where does that go?
He has 2 portals, right? I haven't mistracked that. Oh, he's going into west from here, maybe? No, there's no way. So Cutie right now is missing Crab Hole, Redfish, and front of Wreck Ship. And of course Croc and other spots there. But his best bet is to get to West Meridia, to get those 2 portals, to shape the map out. Because that's going to tell him what he needs to know. So he is going back into Upper Norfair. I am shocked.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be okay. He's going to do. Yeah. It's fine. I mean, it's not great, but it's fine. He's going to do Kraid. He's going to do Wreck Ship from the path that he knows. But I think he was able to deduce that front of Wreck Ship had a really good chance of your answer just being in West Meridia, which was right there.
Okay. What Cutie might be thinking is he knows his route through the seed now. He's going to do Kraid.
Ooh, space jump. That's going to save time in West Meridia as well.
But it's not speed, ice, or charge. So
you're right.
It's like
it's a blank,
really
but it's
needs one of those. That's what.
Yeah, I agree.
But what Cutie is planning on doing is doing Kraid, and then doing East Meridia, and then doing Wreck Ship back to front. Because
I think
front of Wreck Ship could still be Torian for Cutie.
I like that route, but it's difficult with no way through bot wound. Like you need the item upgrade to do that route.
I think Cutie should have gone through Gauntlet here. There are 2 items at the back. There's a major that could be speed or ice. Or even bombs.
God, I wouldn't make that.
Or
play
no,
man,
but yeah, you have Kraid, man, yeah, maybe not.
Yeah,
the
I
Kraid
think you can
just
do it
like
afterwards. You can go run across, but
yeah, it's definitely better to do it after.
This route you're talking about from Cutie and grapple. So Farfelu hit some blanks there, but it's
they're not blanks. But they're
good
great.
blanks to hit, right? They're not what he wanted, but at least it's not just
so,
like dead E-tanks or something.
I
he
do
might
think
be able
the
to make
grapple saves a deceptive amount of time in the seed, unless we get a bunch of supers. Like if you get like enough supers, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But being able to save the supers on Dragon is just gonna save a lot of time.
Yeah, we also have some pretty miserable West Meridia traversal for Cutie, where Farfelu will make up time getting through those rooms that are required up to Redfish. You know, he's got some annoying gravity jumps to do. So it is going to make it back a little bit, the space, but the grapple, as you said, is going to make back a lot more due to the...
I'm not sure a lot more than space jump.
Space.
It is going to... Like, both are going to save time, basically.
It's good to see that it's not over. You know, if Cutie making these skips hasn't lost out on missing the speed ice requirement, but it's also not dead for Farfelu. I think that Farfelu's time loss here is more so with this early routing and these portal... There's just this whole management of this map, but it's still really interesting. I think it's still going to be close, but at the moment it is Cutie in the lead with Farfelu not having an item edge just yet.
Farfelu also does have Wreck Shift where Cutie doesn't, but... And I think Cutie's route is going to end up being kind of inefficient. I guess it'll depend. It'll depend on if Torian is in West Meridia or if it's at the front of Lore Warfare.
Yeah,
I think if it's in West Meridia, I think it's really good for Cutie, actually, but...
I just really would want to get to that wreck ship boss to know what's required and know what checks I need to do.
So I think that Cutie just isn't worried about that anymore. Like, Cutie is just saying, I'm not worried about Dragon, killing Dragon before. That's what he's saying to me by doing this.
Okay, so you think this is a Crystal Flash through bot win?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Wow, Farfelu going to X-Ray is insane here, but it makes sense. You've got space, you need the access, and this is a major on the way through. I don't think I would do it with Spazer outstanding, but...
Yeah,
God.
If it's speed or ice... Spring ball! Oh, okay.
Yeah, these long checks from Farfelu not paying off, and this is... It's getting to the point where even a speed or ice... If Cutie gets his Crystal Flash...
I really think that you do go back to ship so you refill your ammo here as Cutie, and then because you're there, you can go through Gauntlet again.
You seem pretty convinced that he's going to do this. I still see a ship chance here. I think it's a pretty bad route. But...
Just like the way that the map works out, I don't think you can. Like if you're doing this, if you're doing ship, then you are checking the portals instead. I think this is a route that says I'm finishing on ship because the front of wreck ship could be Torian, and I want to play for that out of like really god routing this.
So with Farfelu here, so he's got this Spazer check. He is still missing the bottom of Red Bryn, which is going to take him into West Meridia. Then he's going to indirectly find either Croc or Turian, so we have our map solved for us. And then I think he's going to make a Mama Turtle play. So a few big moments coming up for Farfelu. He is going to be down this whole crate section here, but Cutie's still got wreck ship to do.
Yeah, and I think that... Oh wow, and Cutie's just going. So... I'm not sure about this because of Cutie's ammo. Right now, if you enter Bot Wound, you're entering on 5 supers. That's 6.
Yeah, and then you've got to farm after. You've got to also farm after the... He's thinking about it? No, he's just running through. You have to farm after the bot wound fight in that sandpit, which is okay with Screw, but it's just really bad.
I think that we do see a left sandpit, though, to farm up power bombs. Before.
I am shocked that Farfelu is not checking that portal first before Mama Turtle. That's crazy to me. He might check it afterwards and assume he can follow through, but we'll see. I think he's just actually thinking about an item right now. Yeah, actually, I suppose for Farfelu, that portal could go anywhere. We still have so many missing, so this is fine. Sorry.
And there's charge. Okay, so that's good, but it's still not speed or ice. So charge is good because it means that you don't have to missile the Zeds and go back and refill.
Yes.
Without Zed skip.
So this charge is more, it's not about the ammo.
Oh, and there's bombs!
My god. That's so good. Nice little morph jump from Cutie and then a quick shuffle? What's it called? Okay, Cutie.
It's
Hone and DZ shuffle?
Yeah, Hone and DZ. Yep.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. So that bombs is really nice. So Cutie going down to Sandpit there to get another chance at the skip. And it is Toran.
That's
God,
so
this
good
is-
for Cutie.
This is so good for Cutie. I don't actually think that, even if it's Croc, I think it's still good for Cutie. I think it
Yeah,
actually
but-
might be a little better for Farfelu there, because now he doesn't have to
So,
worry
the
about all
thing
these
is-
other portals.
The thing is, Farfelu's movement advantage is more important if it's Lore Warfare. Like the movement
That's-
items that he has.
Yeah, that's a good point. The space jump is quite nice through there, and he does have the screw attack now. Wait, does he?
No, he didn't pick it up.
Oh, okay.
He saw it and skipped it.
Yeah,
Which
okay, that makes
I
sense.
didn't really like, because you could potentially have the Lore Warfare reverse acid dive.
Yeah, I think
But-
Farfelu has too many outstanding portals to be thinking about that. He's missing Croc, left side, front of East Meridia, left side Criteria.
Cutie. Oh, never mind.
You scared me. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, what's happened?
I
Cutie
thought the Cutie
damaging
was.
down.
I just saw Cutie on the pause menu turning off suits, and I was all like, "Why are you going for suitless CF quit?"
So down here, a trick that we all should know by now: bombs into a crystal flash position to clip through here.
That was
Timing's not too bad, but I don't know how much Cutie's done. That looked
Late,
a little
I
bit
think.
late as well. Yeah.
late.
Oh, that looked okay. Okay. Poor Cutie. That
Still
looked-
late.
He's getting a little bit late here. I don't know if he saved beforehand. He does have
Late.
25
Yeah.
PV chances. Jeez, he's late every time.
Oh,
Oh,
there
that
was.
was a little
that was
early.
close.
I think that
was
might have
close,
been
though.
early. That was close too.
Yeah, it was late still though.
He's leaning closer to his screen to see the mark.
Still
I've
late.
done this before, and you get it like first try when you really look at the pixel you're going
Still
for.
late.
We're
Still
on bated
late.
breath
He's
watching
gotta
this.
do it
Oh
a
my
little
god!
earlier. Nope, he's still late. There it
Oh
is.
my
Yep, that one
god.
looked good.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh my god. With 2 PVs to spare, Cutie is through, and that might. I think that sealed the race. This route's really nicely at the end. Farfelu didn't get good enough items here. Cutie does have some ammo stuff to do, and he will be missiling Zebs, but this is quite a decent lead. Farfelu's got to go all the way down to Crave to kill the Ridley.
Yeah, I think this is too much of a lead for Cutie now. Like, the grab jump is the last boss. Grab jump up West Meridia. But,
Yeah, it is too. That's true.
I mean, we'll see what's here, though. Cutie still does have, like, another item check. Maybe 2 if he decides to check behind Dragon.
Wow, look at this. Look at this Giga Chat. Doesn't even want to waste time on that fanfare. Goes all the way around and says no. So this is the ammo you're talking about as well. This is quite a miserable farm. You need to ammo kill Dragon. So he's going to be thinking about the ship refill here that he skipped and feeling bad about it. But it is what it is. He's just got to farm up to get this kill done.
Yeah, I mean, he's got plenty of missiles, so doesn't need, like, the full super onslaught.
Yeah, the super onslaught
And
more.
he
important for
doesn't
every-
even know that this is Dragon. I think he'll actually be pretty happy when he sees it's Dragon here.
Yeah. Eyes on the face cam for Cutie reaction. I think this is a relief Dragon if you see it. I think because he knows the wreck ship route is better if it's not. I think. I'm really impressed that he made this East Meridia route play. Just went, willing to go for the suitless crystal flash flip. Okay, that little nod from Cutie. He knows that's a big one. That's little adjustment in the chair. He's feeling, yeah. Knowing that bot wound access was hard required, he didn't just waste his time, avoiding the going around. That's a big moment. So. Smiles from our boy Cutie. Farfelu, too many item checks is most of this difference at the moment, and unfortunately didn't get rewarded. Nice fight though on Ridley. but he's going to have to do the same thing Cutie has done.
And I have
With
to say,
nothing.
I pretty much agreed with what Cutie did. Like farfelu, it made sense once he was in the position he was in.
I agree. I think
but when
farfelu checking.
Cutie was where he was, odds were really good he wouldn't need baboon access. Although
Yes.
that being said, skipping wreck ship after making those skips does mean that it's less likely you're gonna be able to skip the baboon, but okay, and no Zeb skips at all.
Yeah, wow.
Cutie still does need a little more ammo.
This ammo is really annoying, but I'm sure he'll find it somewhere.
Yeah, you
Might
got
see a
3
snail
checks
clip.
at wreck ship.
West Meridia, I mean, yeah, West Meridia isn't bad. You've got beach and watering hole. That's pretty decent there. And then you've got crab supers. I think, though, at this count, I'd probably be tempted to snail clip. We'll see if Cutie does it on the way out of East here. But yeah, sorry, going back to what you're saying about their plays and the knowledge they had. Obviously, I didn't like farfelu's portal routing, like leaving those blank. But after he was put in that position, I do like him clearing Green Bryn after he had boss knowledge. It just happened to not work out. But I agree with how he's checked and everything.
I don't think this race is completely over yet still. I think the Cutie is ahead. But Cutie still has 1 boss area left. Who still has 1 boss area left. Cutie's is faster. But Cutie is also down in ammo.
Yeah, that charge difference, it's not
And,
nothing.
yeah, it's probably like a minute in terms of like how long it takes to kill all the Zebs and then go back and refill.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a decent amount of time. I think, yeah, the charge normally isn't too much of an issue in these seeds because, you know, you're getting ammo anyway to complete it and it's fine. But when you're missing a Zeb skip, charge is kind of huge. Like, it's a pretty big item. Yeah, so farfelu, like you say, is
I'm
going to be a little bit
almost
quicker.
a little surprised that Cutie didn't.
Snail clip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're so close to the end of the game, you don't know that Torian's not at the front of wreck ship. You could just get completely screwed.
Yeah, good point, actually. That's really true. I didn't think about that. From Cutie's perspective, he could be running into a Turian here, but not the case. He's still going to have West Meridia to bail him out. But
and that's also part of the reason why I was saying I think that Cutie. I wanted Cutie to go through Gauntlet, because the ammo checks are still important, and it gives you another chance at a speed or ice.
Yeah, I wonder if you're supposed to,
as farfelu.
After Kraid, wrap back around and go Gauntlet. It does feel bad if you can just do it, but the ammo, even if Gauntlet blanks, the ammo is still big.
Oh, and it's just a reserve.
Oh, wow.
So,
I like farfelu doing this.
Like, I think
really
that if that were speed or ice, that would have been enough still.
What, for farfelu to win?
Yeah.
Jeez. It's kind of crazy. I can't tell that. I can't tell that time difference there. Oh wow! Oh, of course he doesn't need ammo. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and it would have been a missile on the super. Thank you, farfelu, for showing us that.
Okay, so the gauntlet skip, I think, probably worked out for Cutie, depending on this ammo path here. I don't know if that super is going to be huge. Jeez, yeah, you're right. Cutie doing this with a potential Turian here. Wait, can it? It can be Turian in his eyes, can't it?
Yes,
yeah,
it can.
Yeah, okay.
You got 3 checks. You need a super.
What is it? 55, 45, or 65?
That's 65.
Okay. Oh, it's a little better than I thought. I thought it was 55, but yeah. So yeah, we're seeing farfelu now doing the same.
You gotta check that. Spooky. You want to check that before the boss. You still don't have charge. I don't. This Cutie might have legitimately. Sometimes this happens. Sometimes you just kind of forget that
that you don't have charge.
That you're like in the mode of I did everything I needed to do with the seed. I'm sick. Just beat the game.
He's really good with ammo. I think that it'll click soon if it hasn't already. Or he could just decide that Spooky's not Yeah, no,
You-
I'm trying
no.
to justify
No.
Spooky, but you're meant to check Spooky there, yeah. Whew. It's getting spicy. I mean, he's gonna be very lucky that Turian isn't here, but could have been nasty. So Farfelu with a
he'll
lot
get
less.
a couple more
PBs.
ammo checks if he wants them.
Nice fight from Cutie there. I'm trying to get some. I'm trying to get some
we see
info.
Cutie check Spooky after the ship is on now.
Do you think he's realized? I'm trying to get anything from his
I think
reactions. By the way,
we'll
I just want to shout out Farfelu. Farfelu is going into this with 13 power bombs. He didn't save on the way down this. He didn't PB refill on the way down the sandpit. So he is really.
Oh, that's a good super. That's a really good super.
2 chances here for Farfelu to get this. Or 3. 2?
3.
Come on, Farfelu. Will that look good? Nope.
Yep, that's good. Nope, never mind.
It's so unfortunate. I think this is a moment that does come up. You're meant to, when you go down that sand pit, you rest on a ledge like you saw Cutie do, and then farm some. Oh wow, Cutie leaving. What the? Yeah, I guess he's got nothing else. No, he's got ocean. That's fine. But yeah. Sorry, farm the whatever those enemies are called just to refill your PBs, and then he would have got the next pack, which would have brought him up to probably something like 20, 18, 19, 20.
This is technically enough now for Cutie. Like, without having to kill any... he's going to kill the Zebs anyway. So it's kind of funny. You actually need less ammo when you don't have Zebs yet.
Because you're opening the doors. Anyway, yeah. So more supers is actually... more missiles in this situation is actually kind of beneficial because you don't want to use your supers on the Zebs. Because you're going to go back and refill them. So I like having a lot of missiles when I have to kill Zebs.
There we go.
Oh, and there we go. Nice Farfelu.
Do you think we see Cutie check?
I would do crab. I think I would do crab.
Yeah, and it's a super.
Huge.
Yep, that's like a lot of ammo now extra. Because you're after missiling all the doors, now you got 6 supers of leeway. That's just like it wouldn't have mattered if our crew had gotten that first try.
Yeah. It would have helped a little bit, but like you say, it's not the difference. I think Cutie is too far. That's not going to work. It's going to go back. Yeah, the gap was too far. That looked good. I do the running method that Cutie does here as well. Oh, no, never mind. He didn't jump. I know you do the pixel crouch jump here, which a lot of other people do as well. This is a really tight jump for those not sure. This is like extremely precise. And
okay, and that's it. Yep, that's enough of a lead. That was. I mean, Cutie could have bomb jumped up too instead.
Yeah, I mean, you famously did that in a race to lose to Maniacal, and I remember that after that.
He didn't do that to lose. He
went around?
Yep.
Oh, that's right. I knew one of you did. So nice X-ray opportunity here for Farfelu to quickly kill Dragon. I actually didn't watch Cutie's Dragon fight. I didn't know if it was quick or not. I think I must have been watching Farfelu at the time.
It was just an ammo kill, like
just a
not much
decent one.
Yeah.
Nice kills from Farfelu. So Farfelu has made up. Oh jeez, if he got the crystal flash flip first try, he would have made up a lot of time in Meridia. But I think with that, unfortunately, their Meridias were probably the same length. I just realised the grapples rendered obsolete by the charge as well from Cutie.
Yeah, it was.
Getting that.
And like It was rendered obsolete by the charge and the space jump. Like,
Yes.
otherwise it would be good in some way.
It would be good in the West Meridian. Yeah, you're right. But the space jump superseded it. Yeah. So Powerbomb Metroid rooms from Cutie, with farfelu following shortly afterwards. Farfelu will make up, like you say, that minute in Turian. But yeah, well over that lead at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think farfelu playing a little bit aggressive on these portals. It did hurt his routing, and he did have to go and consolidate some, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. I think that Turian being where it was, he does have a couple outstanding, I think. But overall, it did lose time compared to the way Cutie managed it all. He also, unfortunately, didn't get rewarded for knowing the Meridia boss was vanilla. It actually cost him more time in checking all those items. You can see the strength of just going when you've got completed game, like all these item checks adding up together.
I will say though, like in this case, this was almost kind of one of the worst cases it could have been for Cutie, just going like that. Because Dragon was vanilla, there wasn't like anything along the way that helped you out. When you're like just going, which I think is normally correct, that's not really what you want to see. Like,
yeah,
that's kind of worrying when I'm in that situation. Like, oh god, like any one of the checks I skipped could have been the item, and then you're just losing a ton of time. But like the checks that you did along the way could have been the item too. Like the amount of checks that Cutie checked is more than the amount of checks that you skipped. Like I think that you skipped like 4 or 5 items in order to like only check the stuff along the way, which I think is correct. I think that's like a really good decision. But it's just scary when that doesn't give you what you wanted.
Yeah. Really impressive showing from Cutie. I think he hasn't had an official race for a little bit. This is the one round we've been waiting on, and this is, you know, best of 3 territory. Oh wow, supering that door.
Yeah, I don't mind supering the door.
I mean, you got leeway, so it's probably fine.
I actually think that you're better off supering the Ghidorah, funnily enough, because the Ghidorah is slower.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
you're not worried about like your missile count.
Yes, that's right.
Because you're just like going back to refill after your missiles anyway, so all these extra missiles that Cutie has don't matter.
Nice route find here from farfelu. I was trying to find a way back to Turian for him, and he's done it pretty efficiently. I don't think there was a better route here, so you know, showing his I guess rando prowess and in particular area that he is able to read these on the fly, and that's scary. People that can route properly, there's no real edge that you have over them, so it's more in how you manage your time, how efficiently you do it, you know, what you check and how you move, which I think Cutie on show has trumped in all aspects here, except for the early deboost at the start of the game.
Yeah.
But after that, it's been pretty tidy performance. So 70-54 with everything broken. This is plenty. I think winning these matches, these first matches, it's really important in the BO3 to have momentum, and it's really hard to get it back after a loss. So just as equally as it's going to feel nice for Cutie, it is going to feel bad for farfelu, and he's going to have to find a way to Cutie, please, find a way to just get his composure back and head into game 2. They are running. So
Cutie does have an additional 5 supers right now,
so he can start blasting him into the ceiling.
Yep.
No worries.
Yeah, I think it would be the ultimate power move to, like, before this fight starts, just to shoot 5 supers straight into the ceiling.
Imagine doing that grand finals. You just make a statement. You'd look like the biggest clown if you
missed one missile.
Missed one missile, yeah. This was a difficult seed.
Yeah.
a lot of time people look at really convoluted, weird seeds, and runners get themselves into trouble, and they assume that those seeds are the harder ones. And to an extent, that is true. This is a different type of difficulty. This isn't a hard seed to complete. This is a hard seed to get a good time in and beat your opponent. So when you get double suits like this, every decision matters so much.
I mean, you can see like that this is still like over an hour time. Both of these runners.
Yeah.
It's not the fastest seed in the world. Like, I am curious for Speed and Ice for. I have a feeling they're a cross. One of them is.
That would be.
Or a GT.
Oh god, imagine that. You'd feel so good. I think actually, heading into now mind space here, at the end of the game, when you're sitting here waiting for Mother Brain, I think the seed's going through your mind and what you've done. There's nothing else to do. You're not doing stand-up. You're just thinking about how the race went and what could have happened. Cutie's thinking about Green Brinskip and where Speed and Ice is as his way to lose this. Feels really good about being able to do that, Dragon, but is going to be thinking about getting Spike to, Speed or Ice somewhere. But it is rando. You have to just be confident in your percentage decisions, as what you did is right, and just deal with whatever's happened. Because Cutie's played this correctly. I think that this is a really, really tough one to beat. And I guess going into the mind of Farfelu, I'm not sure what he's going to adjust, if anything, in the next game. I think you can just write this off as, I used the knowledge, I looked for items and I didn't hit any out. And it is what it is, let's just play game 2. Farfelu, no stranger to BO3s, I have no doubt that he'll bounce back and make Cutie work for it again.
Farfelu, starting off with supers. Supers are slightly better DPS than your charge shots with this beam combo. But charge shots are better than missiles. It's an unfortunate pattern there for Farfelu. Lost a lot of time at the end of the fight.
I enjoyed that little catch-up hit.
Nice damaging down on the catch-up.
The final stressful moments of the race. Looking at escape, trying to get all your tricks. Looking at the race room. Is he done? Is he done? Am I okay? Please don't snipe me. We've all experienced the escape snipes. They don't feel good. Are my D-boosts at the start of the game going to cost me? Cutie thinking right now, look, if I didn't stuff those D-boosts up, I'd be done by now.
If I didn't stuff the CWJ up.
Yep. All these little moments of execution going through your mind. Did it cost me? Did it cost me? I like to imagine that Cutie's race time room is on his monitor to his right that he keeps glancing at. But we know going to be completely fine coming up to secure game 1. Excellent performance from Cutie, who, I don't know the time, so Zeb, it's on you.
Finishes in first place with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 39 seconds. GG to Cutie.
GG Cutie. I think Farfelu going to finish this one out. You've done so many seeds before. You're right here at the end. You kind of just, you want to get it done. Probably want to see the credits for yourself to see where Speed or Ice was. I'm very curious to see. I don't think there was any other checks that were doable on path for either runner. But I think extra from Farfelu, we saw, a bit of the routing, but also X-Ray, Wavegate, Eddycoons, they all added up a fair bit.
Yeah. And, I mean, this is still if farfelu had gotten that crystal flash clip first try, probably saves a minute on the reset, something like that.
Yeah, good point.
I think this could have been farfelu's race if he had decided to skip all those items. I think there might be enough time there that it would have been like really close. Although he got
Well,
charged, so that's the problem.
yeah.
Like the
It's
charge
kind
is
of like,
actually pretty big. So
it's at which point does he stop checking the items? Is it enough? Like a crystal flash clip first try with an X-ray skip, probably, and a spacer skip. I still don't even think that's
yeah, like
enough. I think speed had to be a gauntlet, and this would be
yeah, and he even
super.
found like pretty decent items. So yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
sure that there's anything farfelu could have done actually at that point.
yeah. The items definitely. This could have been a lot worse if they weren't space and charge respectively. You know, so it's hard to compare, but yeah, either way, I'm pretty excited to continue this game 2 and 3. Like I say, farfelu will shake this off and just keep playing his game as he's done, and just write this off as that's just how it is. I didn't hit my outs, and Cutie just hopefully going to keep backing himself into game 2 and 3. I'm watching the credits with bated breath. I'm very excited to see.
Okay, and farfelu has finished in second place with an official race time of 1 hour 5 minutes 26 seconds. GG to farfelu.
Come
Speed a
on.
croc. Ice a waterway.
Oh wow. That is insane. That doesn't get much worse than that. That's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a seed where you're not getting speed or ice, and like Raygon's vanilla. That's a rough seed.
That is a you must crystal flash clip this seed
Yep.
or you
And
are dead.
with bombs and left sandpit, you can't get it before like going to commit to it. Like
Oh wow, that's so true. You have to be willing to go into East Meridia without it. Yeah.
Yep. So
I don't know how I would have fared in this seed. I'm not committing to a suitless CF clip, so I don't know when I make that East Meridia call. Yeah, wow. This seed looks so different without these two runners. I think that there's a lot of people who are gonna have an issue with this one. So huge GG to both for getting it done in these times, because this is hard.
yeah, this is a tough seed, I think. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for game 1 from us. Game 2 will be starting pretty soon. It looks like they haven't started on the race stream yet, so it'll be a little more than 10 minutes. It looks like they're readying up now, so it'll be just about 10 minutes. I think we got WX fan on comms for the next 2.
Yep. I think we're going to step out and be annoying chatters, Zeb, you and I. We're going to go join these guys and say our piece in chat, but it's been a pleasure. Thanks so much for coming with me, and good luck to WX and the runners.
Yep, it's been fun coming. Thanks everyone for watching, and keep watching. Keep this race. These runners are really good. You're going to put on an excellent show, I'm sure, for games 2 and potentially 3. So yeah, that's it from us. See you guys next race.